What up, WTF Nation Radio? It is I, the actual King Smith, back at y'all with another The Sports Bar here at WTF Nation Radio. I'm here solo tonight, all right? I'm here solo tonight as my main man, Coach, is recovering from all things 2024 Olympics. And he's flying back from overseas. Not really, but that's what we're going to say here for the story tonight. All right. And we're going to talk about the Olympics. The Olympics are over. USA is still, well, actually, no, you can't say that they're top dog because for the first time since 1992, the U.S. has failed to win the most medals in an Olympic. All right. So there's a couple of videos that I'm going to show. We're going to talk about a couple of the big stories that came out of the Olympics, and then we're going to enjoy the rest of our Sunday night. Let me get some of the marketing things out the way before I continue. We here at WTF Nation Radio are live most nights of the week at 8 p.m. U.S. Eastern Standard Time Zone. I am not the only one that comes on here. We have shows almost every day of the week talking about a lot of different topics from military news to veteran news to pop culture to all of that jazz. And if I'm fumbling with this, it's because my co-host typically gets our marketing stuff out the way. We're streaming across multiple platforms. You can find us on X, YouTube, Facebook, and Kick. If there's a like button on the platform that you're watching this on, be sure to hit that like button. Let's acknowledge some of the people that are here in the building. We have God Happen to Me, my boo thing said good evening. Salute to you as well. Shout out to the King and Me show as well. We got somebody on Kick that said, follow me and I'll follow you. If you are real, I will follow you, Victor. And Michelle said, we're currently tied for gold with China, but we have more medals overall. Yes, I might have said it wrong. We failed to lead in gold medals, but we dominated by total medal count. All right. So I might have said it wrong, but it's the first time since 1992 that the U.S. has failed to lead in total gold medals won. And that's something that we are going to get into it. David Cunningham, your posting privileges are back. I think I saw you post on the Wednesday edition or whatnot. So I actually got my phone set out just for you in case you were unable to comment. So I'm glad that your posting privileges is back, my man. He said, hey, King, I hope all is well. Checking in from sunny Southern California. Love to see it, man. I hope y'all have some fantastic weather in Southern Cal. Who else we got checking in? We got Harriet Sullivan is in the building. Says good evening from Muskogee, Oklahoma. I'm going to be near Muskogee, Oklahoma here pretty soon. I know exactly where that is at. I appreciate you tuning in here on Sunday for the Sports Bar with this lovely guy. All right. I'm also streaming on my platforms as well, but I'm not going to see the comments. So if you're watching that on the actual King Smith on Facebook or the Sports Bar's Facebook page and you leave a comment, I'm not going to be able to see it. But we'll worry about that later on. Okay, so the 2024 Olympics are over. That also means that preseason NFL football is here. Yay for that. But we're not going to get into that today. Today, we've got a pole vaulter whose second pole cost him a medal. We got some Olympic controversy that has never happened before. And what is going to become of the Jordan Childs missed medal situation? And how is the Olympic either going to rectify it or set the situation up so that it can never happen again? I have an opinion on that, but we'll talk to that when we get to it. But before we get there, let's show some videos of people that did not make the Olympics. And we're going to start with this lovely person right here. Let's take a look. This looks like me if I was trying to go swimming. And and flop. Let's run that back. Right. I wonder how that felt. And the worst part is not necessarily the way she landed, but it's somebody in the background that's like, "Ooh, let's see if y'all can hear that part." If she had any hopes of trying out for the Olympics anywhere in her future, she would make it. All right. I've got another video here that just cracked me up. And these were videos that were sent to me by the viewers here. So let's take a look. Oh, if I was ever to do gymnastics, this is what I would look like. Ta-da! Let's run that back again. See if I can run that. There we go. Look at it. What you like? She did something. There you go. Run it, run it. Oh. Man, what is that? Hold on. What is this? I'm running. Oh, I'm about to do it. Look, do not clap for any kid that does this. That is essentially a participation trophy. Goodness gracious. And then I have one more to just kind of lighten up the mood before we get into it. David Cunningham is a king. I hope you talk about that break dancer. Yes, we are. And I am definitely going to talk about that one. I have that video queued up as well. Let's take a look at this last video. This right here is a superpower. If I could do this in real life, I'd bet on all the sports that I could and get paid for it. Let's take a look. That right there. I do this to every sporting event that I could, every pass that looked like it was going to be perfect. If I had a team that I was rooting against, I would use that superpower to just make that basketball shot be incomplete or that pass be a little bit off target so that I could win all the money at Vegas. They would have to ban me from being able to bet because I would fix all the sporting events to show up like that. All right. So let's get to our first subject here. Let's talk a little bit politics. Let's get some politics in here. I wanted to showcase that when you take hatred out of things in life, you can come up with some beautiful things, right? There's a video here. Let me mute it. There's a video here of North Korean and South Korean athletes getting together on the podium, taking selfies with each other. And to me, this is the epitome of, look, we're all people in the end. They might likely be cousins. But at the end of the day, we're just trying to compete, make ourselves proud, make the people that love us proud, and get out here and have some fun. Mingle amongst the people, if you will. No conspiracy. No, well, I'm from the north side, you from the south side. None of that. It's just athletes, human beings coming together, smiling, laughing, and enjoying a moment in time that the average person will not be able to participate in. I just turned 40. I was 40. I turned 40 last Sunday. That's why we didn't have a live stream last week. My Olympic chances are over. Unless I can get into one of them little shooting events, I don't know what you have to do to be able to qualify for that. But if it involves running, jumping, bounding, the flipping, it ain't happening for me. Right? So these are human beings that are just out here loving life, having fun, and they captured a moment that if you live in South Korea, you're safe from any consequences or repercussions that could come from having this picture. But if you're from North Korea, chances are you can't show that photo to nobody. Harriet Sullivan said on the last video that I played when the guy was fixing things that if Harriet had the ability, she'd also be placing bets for life. Absolutely. David Cunningham said, did those guys defect? I didn't hear that. If they did defect, I wouldn't have known anything about it. But then again, can I say this out loud? Nah, I shouldn't say this out loud. I wouldn't be surprised if they did. I'll just say that much. All right. David Harris said, I just hope North Korea don't kill them for posing or imprisonment for doing this. This shows that they are people. You know what? If it happened, I wouldn't be surprised. And that's sad. That's sad to say that if it did happen, I wouldn't be surprised. It's crazy how everybody that's watching or commenting is thinking the exact same thing, right? All right, we got 80 people watching over on X. Thanks to all 80 of those people for tuning in. That's what I'm talking about. All right, let's take this off the screen and take a look at what we have next on the agenda. Let's get into which situation do we want to get into here? All right. Team USA basketball men. I hope I can play this clip and it not get us taken off. I'm gonna have to mute it, okay? But I'd like to showcase something here. The person that I'm showcasing is Stephen Curry, Wardell Stephen Curry, in the gold game in which they played against France, which is funny because Team USA women also was in the gold game playing against France. Steph Curry in the fourth quarter, well, throughout the game entirely, went off. But the part that made me just go, this dude is inhuman, I think it's coming up right here. Look at how he dribbled, double team. All right, hold on, I'm gonna try and pause it. All right, y'all can't see the thing because I can't show it. But Steph is double teamed. You see 2 people guarding him, 3 other defenders close to the paint right here. And where's Steph's other teammates? Well, one of them is world champion, all world. I would call him the greatest of all time, LeBron James, sitting up here calling for it, saying, I'm open. He has 2 other defenders closer to the rim, and Anthony Davis, and I believe that's Devin Booker. And to the left of LeBron James on the screen is another one of Steph Curry's teammates. And Steph Curry is the only one I would trust, besides maybe Kevin Durant, to take this shot where he dribbles, gets the ball. All right. Man, I wish I could play this in slow motion. Goes behind the back, gathers himself, take a step. Now you see the other guy come in the frame here. And with 2 people jumping over him, takes this shot and drains it. That's absolutely insane. Insane. All right. That French team was really, really good. I think outside of US, when I last looked at it, France and then Serbia were the next highest rated teams according to the odds at chances of winning the gold. So the fact that France got to the gold medal bracket game and took down the silver is a testament to that team as a whole, right? And Serbia took the bronze, led by all-world player Nikolai Jokic as well, who had a triple-double in that game. But if it wasn't for Steph Curry stepping up, Team USA would have lost, and we'd be speaking a whole different narrative here. All right. Harriet said, I saw this morning where our women's basketball team took the gold again. Yep. So let's talk about that. Let me take this off the screen here. Team USA's women team this morning, the game was at like 9:30 US Eastern Standard Time this morning, and it was a phenomenal game. I didn't watch the first half of that game, but I waited until halftime specifically because I wanted to see how I was going to look at halftime, knowing that that was one of the last games that was going to be played as well, that would have mattered in the sequence of things, because when it comes to the total amount of goals, there were some last minute competition things in which the USA were there and they just let things slip. But there was a lot of history on the line for the US women's basketball team, and they wanted to keep the streak alive. They were overall favorites as well. There was some controversy, and I think it's just made up controversy coming into it prior, in which a rookie team gave the Team USA team the business. All right. But when it all came to it, those women got out there and did what they needed to do. Now, I can't show this clip because it will definitely get the live stream cut, but it came down to the fourth quarter. The entire first half was tight, but the second half was even tighter, with a couple of one particular Team USA women's player fouling out. And when it was all said and done, it was about this much of a distance is what it came down to where one of the French players took an inbounds pass, took a step and a shot, and synced the shot, but she stepped past the 3-point line by this much. And that is what allowed Team USA to win by one. Because had she made it, it would have tied it, and there wasn't enough time for Team USA to get a shot, and that game was likely going into overtime. Crazy, crazy ending. I was definitely watching it. It was a fantastic ending that keeps that win allowed the women's USA basketball team to be have the streak for the longest team Olympic gold medal streak in history. Okay. They take the record. It's likely going to be a couple of those players last time on a Olympic team. The part that stood out to me, and I'm gonna see if I can get the stat line here, was one of the ladies here got almost no playing time, and I'm gonna see if I can figure this out. Oh, it was the 6th goal career goal for Diana Taurasi, who really didn't get that much playing time in that game. And I found that to be interesting. But the fact that it was a 1-point differential in this game, and when you go back and taking a look at it, Sunday's win over France marked only the 3rd time during the United States 61 game winning streak at the Olympics that the contest was decided by a single digit or less. It's crazy how dominant the Team USA women's team has been in basketball, but in the world now, where a lot of that international competition is also coming over to the US and playing in the top basketball league in the world, right? I can see a storyline in which next Summer Olympics, the one in 2028, it ain't so much a walk in the park. The player from France, Gabby Williams. Gabby Williams is she is a sight to behold when it comes to her in the basketball. You can see her leadership and her skill in the game, and she's going to be somebody to watch for sure. All right. Let's see. Let's take a look at here at the comments before we get to our next subject. We have David Cunningham. See, he even talked about Gabby Williams. Said Gabby Williams on the French team was all business. Man, yeah, she was. Like, she stood out to me. If I was watching the game on mute and I didn't know who anybody was, watching her was really dope. I think she's got a bright future ahead of her for Shiggity. Harriet said, I was on pins and needles. Yep, and it was 8 goals. 8 straight consecutive Team USA women's basketball gold medals. So I don't have a clapping sound, like a hooray sound, but definitely want to big them up for their success in what they did. Michelle Early said that Brittany Griner got so emotional during the playing of the national anthem. Staged. My bad. My bad. We also have David Cunningham said Deanna Taurasi was chilling with Tyrese Halliburton on the bench. Man, I don't have the graphic, and I wish that I did, but I saw where Tyrese Halliburton was like, being on Team USA and not playing is just like getting being a part of a group project and getting an A without you doing anything. And it was him holding up his gold medals. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna see if I can bring this up on Instagram real quick and showcase it. Let's go, Tyrese Halliburton. There he is with his 1 million followers. And did he not post it on his page? It must have been somebody else that did it. Or maybe he put it on Twitter. It wasn't his Instagram. Let's check out Twitter. But that that photo cracked me up. It also could have been somebody that posted up a meme. The first thing, you know what? Here, I'm gonna see if I can share my screen. This cracks me up. Maybe it's my what you call it, my algorithm. The first thing that showed up when I went to Twitter was the most beautiful athletes of the 2024 Paris Olympics. How is that the first thing that shows up? Hey, if you're not following me on Twitter, you can follow me at Actual King Smith. But we're also streaming live here at WTF Nation Radio's official X page. All right. So let's do this. It's showing my saved searches. I'm glad I didn't have anything not safe for work in there. Tyrese Halliburton. I want to see if I can find that photo. Here we go. Yeah, so this is Tyrese Halliburton's official page on X, and he wrote, when you ain't do nothing on the group project and still get an A. I like it. Hey, you could call him a world champion, as my man Tyrese ended up sitting on the bench, never taking his warm-ups off, and got himself a gold medal. I can't hate. More power to him. Harriet said, I'm on X too. Hey, I don't post often on my personal one. I'm trying to get a little bit more active on it. But if you are on X, follow me at Actual King Smith. I'd appreciate it. I ain't too crazy over there. David Cunningham said, King, we have Clark, Juju, Buckers, Brink, to name a few, for the next women's Olympics basketball team. I think we'll be okay. It's not our talent, but it's the rise of everybody else around that makes me wonder how it's going to work out. Like, even on the men's basketball side, the margin of victory for the men's basketball teams back in the day was always like double digits. Now it's close and under double digits in most games. This is likely LeBron and Steph's last time together. It may be KD's last time as well, right? Because KD's getting up there in age. He's still got the athletic ability that maybe he could, but you know, it's in a sport where it's a young man's game. I don't see it. I don't know. A lot of these International players are coming over here and getting good. Victor Wembanyama is unstoppable. Give him a couple of more years to develop, and it's going to be insane. As long as his body holds up, right? Because he's freakishly stupid tall, and it's that kind of awkward tall that your ligaments don't hold up the same. But as long as he can stay healthy, yeah. Was it him and Chet Holmgren? 7'1" athletes that are just insane. It is what it is. Let's see. Harriet said, right now I'm in Ukraine. Are you watching from Ukraine? I thought you were checking in from Muskogee, Oklahoma. Wait, who was that? That was oh, if you're from oh, right now I'm all Ukraine. Oh, you're not in Ukraine. Reading is fundamental for me. All right. You're saying that you're supporting Ukraine, if I'm hearing you right. That's what's up. I have a neighbor that's from Ukraine, and her and I was talking about what's going on over there. And what I learned is that it, like here in the US, you have to register for selective service as a male when you're 18. The ladies don't have to do that. In Ukraine, it's a requirement to join the service after you graduate, whatever their version of high school is. You have to do it. Serve at least like 2 years, I think. Crazy. We need to get that here in the US. Most of the top athletes in the NBA and WNBA and college are in America learning. Hey, the world's a lot smaller than most people think. When I was in the Air Force, I was in military aviation, and I had the opportunity to do a lot of traveling in my 20s and realized just exactly how small this world is. We all breathe the same air. Some of our air is better than others. But it's a small world. I believe that your more developed countries take the applied science that we're learning about the body, nutrition, money really makes everything move around. So if you are somebody that has the resources to invest in yourself, in your country, in your athletes, in your people, then you can move above the rest over time. And for as much as we're gluttonous here in the US, we do invest in ourselves. We are training our people, but other countries are starting to develop these things that are improving as well. If you get a chance to, I believe it's in Colorado, go visit the Olympic facility, and you learn a lot about that place. I think it's Colorado Springs, I want to say, because that's one of the only few places in Colorado that I've been to, and I've been there. Let's look this up. Olympic training facility in the US. The Olympic Education Center is in Michigan. And there are, the U.S. Olympic Complex is in Colorado Springs, and it's also the headquarters for the USA Olympic Committee Administration and some of the training center programs. It's a nice complex. It's huge. And when I went, they did allow visitors to go in and check some things out. There were a couple of Olympic athletes that were there training the last time that I went to visit. This was like 2017. So it's been a while. Maybe post-COVID, things are different. David Cunningham said that the Serbian men's basketball team was good as well. Yep. And Harriet said that's Israel too, and women can't wait to join after high school for those 2 years. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what we need that. We need that. I'm going to say something. I love it when people can be unified as a people, right? The person to my left, the person to my right. I think that in certain situations, pride in where you're from matters, but you really can't help where you're born. Your mother and your father got together, they started clapping cheeks, and then you were born, right? If you were unfortunate enough to be born in a third world country, it is what it is. But if you can get born in a first world country, then you have a lot of opportunities that some places in other countries don't have. But I'm gonna get off my soapbox. David Cunningham said, I give South Sudan's kudos as well. We'll probably have to sign some of the athletes that we saw in the Olympics from foreign teams in the next NBA. Great point, David. I'm gonna put that back on the screen. This Olympics is every athlete's chance to market themselves for further and future opportunities outside of whatever country you're in. Different countries have different things that they offer their athletes for medaling, some even just for participating. But what people don't understand is you're not going to get rich just from going to the Olympics, but the opportunities that you can give by showing up and doing your best, medaling, giving your all, that's what matters. That's what matters. Some of those people from South Sudan can find themselves signing a rich contract if as long as their visas and stuff can clear and come over here and play in our NBA and make millions of dollars playing the game. Millions of dollars. Harry said, my father carried a Swedish passport and my brother a British passport, and they wanted me born in America. Hey, your parents were smart. Let's I got two more articles or two more things to bring up here, and I'm trying to decide which one I want to do. Let's go with this story. And give me a second to bring this up. Actually, I got three more stories. Let's go with this. Breakdancing. Breakdancing was an Olympic sport, and I have to Google this one. Breakdancing Olympics. Because I don't understand. I'd rather pickleball be a sport than breakdancing. All right. But breaking made history in Paris, as we'll probably never see it at the Olympics again. All right. The breakdancing competition at the 2024 Olympics was years in the making, and it was over in about 30 hours, bringing a brief flash of excitement and intrigue right at the end of the games. B-boy competitor Victor Montalvo competed and brought home the bronze and said that it definitely felt different than any of the other competitions and that it was a little bit more intense than some of the other events that were there. He's quoted as saying, I'm just happy for breaking and hip-hop culture. It was represented well and everyone loved it. But to me, breakdancing is art. It's art. It's not a competition. Let me put this up on the screen. Break dancing right here. Let's put this up on the screen. To me, breakdancing had no business competing or being a competition in the Olympics. Okay. Especially when you consider that there are medals at stake here. Okay. A guy named Phil Wizard, whose legal name is Philip Ken, ended up winning the gold, and Denise Civil, aka Danny Dan, took the silver, which is funny because silver anyway. But these were people that were just happy to be there on the national stage. But I think that the IOC got this one wrong. The International Olympic Committee added breaking, more commonly known as breakdancing, to the sports program in Paris because the President Thomas Bach, and his colleagues thought that it would attract the younger, social media savvy viewers that they were seeking, and that it would also fit with the local organizers' broader goal of being more urban at the Olympic Games. But when you looked at the comments overall and zoom out, it was viewed as more of a novelty idea than a sport that has any type of staying power. I think it's too subjective in scoring to be able to have it a sport going forward. I would rather see something like flag football, cricket, or pickleball be an Olympic sport than breakdancing. And I have nothing against breakdancing. It's entertaining to me. The people that live in that world say that, it has a lot of cultural reference and significance. But there was a story that came out of this as well that is going to definitely live in infamy. And give me a second because I have to make sure that I say this lady's name right here. 1 second. I got to go back to Twitter. All right. I'm going to show y'all this person from Australia who has a PhD in, wait, hold up. My producer's not producing properly. This person has a PhD in cultural politics of breaking. Okay. 36-year-old B girl, Ray Gunn, whose legal name is Rachel Gunn, is an Australian breakdancer and an academic whose research has led to her receiving a doctoral in cultural politics of breaking. She's a regular guest lecturer at her college. And the fact that she competed at the 2024 Olympics in breaking and received 0 points is a result of what this looked like. Just take a look and listen.
Okay guys, an important part about being a performer is being able to express yourself through movement, being able to move your body to convey a message, to get something across.
Is there anything about this that says Olympics to you? I have to give her props, right? There's a couple of different things right here. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not able to do that. I know that that's called a certain move in breakdancing. And take a look at the intensity of the people in the back. This looks like the same colors that she's got on, but there's a guy standing that looks like he's pointing. That's like, ooh, but come on. No way. What is this? What is that called? I'm a swim. All right. Here we go. I'm a touch the feet, fall back down, pose, and hippity, and hop, and break back, and touch my hat, and step, and jump, and swim, slide, kick the knee, kangaroo, throw it back, swim, cross my arms, do like this, touch my feet, twirl, kick my leg up, and flop. I got shot, and I'm dying, and I pose, and I jump. Just no. IOC, we know you watch the sports bar here at WTF Nation Radio. Remove that sport ASAPidly. All right? Right now.
Today I got time, cuz.
Because that don't make no sense. Let's take a look at the comments and see who we have here. We got Michael Vadon that's not talking about the Olympics, but I am going to post this comment up here. Vice President nominee Waltz lied about his service, claiming to be Rambo, carrying weapons into Afghanistan and taking fire. Veterans for Truth. And he posted a link. That'll be something to talk about on Monday's show, the Monday edition with Ice, as he gets into topics like that. But I appreciate your comment. Make sure you hit the like button, Michael. Michelle said, "Who was excited about that?" Yeah, I can't imagine. I can't imagine who would be excited about that. David Cunningham said that Rachel Gunn looked like a 5-year-old kid that was throwing a temper tantrum. Yo. Yes, that was the perfect way of describing what she was doing. Harriet said, "I didn't watch any breakdancing at all or women's boxing. That was a joke." Harriet, I'm going to stay on this for a second. Now, I didn't have this in my notes, but it was definitely one of the interesting topics of discussion. Let me type in women's boxing that quit. All right. So right here, I'm going to share my screen. Share screen. All right. Italian boxer quits bout, sparking furor over gender at the Olympics. Italian Angela Carini stopped fighting 46 seconds into her matchup against Amain Khalif of Algeria, who had been barred from a women's event last year. And when you look at this Algerian lady, this looked like somebody I might not want to get in the ring with. She might have me running like this, especially if she got hands and know what she's talking about. Hey, look, apparently this person from Algeria has an extra chromosome, which has led to some controversy about whether she should be allowed to compete in women's sports. Some people are saying that it's not fair that she's allowed to compete. Okay. Now, Carini ended up making some bank out of this. Okay. She ended up making $100K, which was offered to her for what happened during the Olympics in which she got pulled, but the offer was not accepted. Look, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not turning down any money. Her boxing records are not overly. Oh, I'm sorry. That was Angela. Angela was the one. I meant to look up the one who quit. I'm sorry. I said I had the wrong name here. Amani. She's the one. So Angela did get offered money, but let's see. Boxer files legal complaint over gender abuse here. So people are claiming that this person is not a woman. All right. Fans have embraced Khalif in Paris, even as she's faced an extraordinary amount of scrutiny from world leaders. Okay. People have questioned her eligibility and falsely claimed that she was a man because she has this extra chromosome. I don't see an issue with it. If you are born with lady genitalia, then, in my opinion, if you have more testosterone than the average woman, take advantage of what nature gave you, right? Just like if you were somebody, I don't see that being any different than, let's say, you live in a country in which tall people breed with tall people, right? I watched a video today of a family that the shortest person in the family is the mom at 6'3", and there's one woman who's 6'8", Her brother's like 6'11", the dad's 6'6", and somebody else was like 6'5". Let's say everybody chose to breed with people that were prone to be taller, and then everybody in that city does the same thing, and they field a basketball team in high school. Genetically, they are who they are, and they're just going to go out and dominate. Now, in this situation with this boxer, there's certain language that talks about restrictions that can apply, that determine a gender and what levels you have running in your body with certain hormones. To me, I don't think it's fair to bar somebody that was born a certain way, right? They didn't have any type of gender reassignment surgery, and their body naturally produces something that's a lot higher than the average person in their gender. I wouldn't recommend anybody stepping into the ring with somebody that's built like that, but hey, it is what it is. Somebody is quoted as saying, athletes who have male genetic characteristics should not be admitted to female competitions. That if you are born a man, I do not agree with you having some type of gender reassignment surgery. So let's just hold on. Actually, let's stay on that for a second. Let's say you were born with a penis, and then you have your penis removed, and you take hormones and things to suppress your testosterone. Should you be allowed to compete at that point? I still don't think so. I think that whatever you were born with, that should be what's used to determine what you can compete with down the line. But that's my take on it. Let's see. There's a comment here about the VP nomination. Like I said, that's a Monday show. Harriet agreed with me. Said flag football, yes. Pickleball, absolutely. I think that you would get more people tuning in for stuff like that because hey, if you can compete in pickleball, somebody's aunt, right? Everybody's somebody's family member, but you can literally have your aunt or your uncle be somebody that competes in the pickleball and wins at the national level. Let's see. Ooh, all right. I'm gonna take a look at this comment here. This is what happens when the black people who created breakdancing are nowhere to be found in the competition. Interesting. You know, when you take a look at the people that medaled, let me see if I still have it up here. The folks who medaled, here's an image of what they look like. So I'm gonna go back to that. I share this tab. Let's make it bigger. That's what she said. You got this dude with blue hair and the other guys. It's a good mix of ethnicities here. This is what happens when the black people who created breakdancing are nowhere to be found in the competition. Oh, speaking about Rachel. I mean, who's Australia going to send, though? It's Australia, mate. I shouldn't have said that. Australia, don't cancel him. Let's see. Harriet said all men have the XY and women have XX. Yes. So the boxer apparently had an extra Y chromosome. She was like XXY, and that's what made it seem like it wasn't fair. We got 162 people watching right now across all platforms. Give it up for those people. And if there's a like button, make sure that you're hitting it. Let's see. David Cunningham said people need to leave people alone. Yep. She is a woman and it's illegal to be transgender in her country. So that was a point that people were talking about as well. And they were saying that where she's from, you can't be transgender in that country. So there is no way for her to be allowed to be like, you can't get in the country if you're transgender. I don't know if people know that about Algeria. I know some Algerians, they don't play. Okay. The people that were complaining have an agenda 100%. The lie and the false narrative, like David said, is being pushed by people with an agenda. Hey, I'm not saying I know everything, because Susan just talked about something here that brought something up. Intersex. So XXY chromosome is known as intersex, and it happens. So let's look this up. XXY chromosome. All right. Usually a female baby has two X's. Yep, we've established that. And a male has an X and a Y. But in Klinefelter syndrome, a boy is born with an extra copy of the X chromosome. The X chromosome is not a female chromosome, and it is present in everyone. So you could have this extra X but still have a vagina? Hey, are you smarter than the fifth grader? I'm gonna have to go back to some high school science stuff for this one. Let's see. Symptoms of Klinefelter syndrome. Let me share this tab. Klinefelter syndrome does not usually cause obvious symptoms early in childhood. Many boys and men do not realize that they have it. So this is for boys and men, but what about if you're a woman with XXY? So let's see. Women with XXY chromosomes. They don't talk about that. Let's see. Under NHS.UK, it's the same thing. So this is basically the same information. So I mean, if I'm looking at this, if you're somebody that's born XXY, you are more male than female. Am I wrong in that? Interesting. Michelle said that there are black people in Australia, and that I have a black cousin who grew up in the down under. Why is it that I say down under like that? In the down under. Oh, we got two more things to cover here, and then we're going to be done. Let's get into this. Do y'all know what pole vaulting is? Pole vaulting is when you're running, you have a pole in your hand, you stick the pole in a little apparatus thing, and it projects you up and over another pole. So or I guess you could call it a bar. So there's one pole and one bar involved in this. But what happens when your pole we're about to get real uncomfortable with this one. Anthony Ammirati. Schlong steals the spotlight. As he left one pole, his other pole hit the bar and caused him to miss medaling for the Olympics. The French athlete didn't just lose out though, because since this viral moment has hit the spotlight, he has received several offers to include himself in filming adult only content, and his stock in the dating department has gone up. All right. And even on his own Instagram page, he put up a nice little meme of himself laughing about the incident and not really taking it too serious. Hold on. It wasn't on his Instagram. Where is it at then? Was it in the stories? I know I saw it. I saw a video of him talking about the incident and everything that went down. Let's see. All right. There were a lot of jokes that came out of this for sure. Oh, here it is. I have to share this. So let me stop this video because some of y'all are probably going, King, quit playing that video. Hold on. Let me do this. Pause. Oh, hold on. I didn't pause it right. Hold on. Let me see if I get it. Do I get it? Ah. All right. I'm going to take that off the screen. Going back to the XX comment here, because I know some of the comments come in late as there's a little bit of a delay. Harriet said, I bet that the XXY are ones born with both male and female parts are known as a hermaphrodite. I've heard of that term before. They're born with ovaries and a penis, or testicles and a vagina. It is often dealt with when the baby is born and the parents will choose the sex via surgery. But people that are born that way are sterile and unable to reproduce. Okay. What happens when your junk knocks the pole off in the pole vault? As Susan said, with the intersex, sometimes people were never even told that they were born intersex. It's like a dirty family secret, and they're often made female via the surgery. Okay. Hey, look, we learning things here at the Sports Bar on WTF Nation Radio. Things that I did not know. But I'm going to share this page here, share screen. And the French pole vaulter has since came out, and there was some people that translated this. So this is on his TikTok. That's where it was at. I forgot what that translated to. Point of view, you make more buzz for your package than for your performance. So that's what this translates to. All right. Now, there were things technically about pole vaulting that some people had pointed out. Oh, when it happened, the commentators didn't know what to make of it. And that's what made it hilarious as well. But some of the comments that came in was, oh, he brought that baguette to the games. The best way to lose, man ego is still there. Unlucky, but that's also a flex. Yeah. I wasn't sure if I was going to show that one or not, but I thought, you know what? Let's have some laughs. All right. Let's get in here and check some comments. And while we do that, take a look at what's left for the show tonight. We have Susan said it's a very rare phenomenon for being intersex. Indeed. Hey, Susan, thanks for that. Thanks for that education. Let's share this. I'm going to share this. I got to bring this up on the screen. I'm only going to show this once because, again, I'm not trying to get canceled. But I play NCAA College 25 on the Xbox. And Pop Culture Warrior plays as well, right? And there's a name generator for new high school recruits that come in, yada, yada. And this was one of the names from Alabaster, Alabama, which I'm from Alabama, by the way. Nick Her. Nick Her. Nick Her.
Pause.
You can't say that too fast. You can't say this name too fast. Otherwise, it's going to sound like something very inappropriate. Hope y'all got a laugh out of that one. The last thing here is a photo that was sent to me by a viewer of the show. Let's bring this up and let's acknowledge something here that I didn't fact check, but it is likely true based on the source that this came from. Team USA women accounted for 65% of our country's gold medals. Quick math. What's 65 of 40 gold medals? So let's do this. Boom times. This is gonna be. I need to go back to high school. I promise y'all, I got an MBA. 26, or is that the inverse? Yeah, 26. That's right. That counted for 26 of our gold medals. All right. So congratulations to all of our nation's ladies that competed with the red, white, and blue. Oh, hold up. Y'all don't need to be seeing that. Stop sharing some of the background stuff that goes on. All right, last story of the day. Jordan Childs. Jordan Childs competed in the USA gymnastics team. She's a very young, talented individual who was awarded the bronze medal in the artistic gymnastics floor exercise, only to lose it in the weirdest way possible, right? So with where we stand at it for today, there was a score in which she was awarded 13.776, if I'm reading this correctly. But there was an appeal filed by the Court of Arbitration for Sport by Romania that moved the Romanian athlete up into the bronze medal by score. Now, you apparently have 1 minute after the competition ends and is scored to file an appeal. A 1 minute deadline. The controversy surrounded around this is that the appeal was apparently put in 47 seconds after the score was posted. So let me see. The USA Gymnastics said that it has provided CSA with video footage that was not available to the governing body prior to the tribunal's decision to elevate the Romanian athlete to third. The tie-step video shows that Landy first stated her request to file an inquiry at the table 47 seconds after the score was posted, followed by a second statement 57 seconds after the score was originally posted. Childs' score was initially awarded a 13.66, while Barboso scored a 13.7. Okay, hold on. I might be saying this wrong. Let me see if I could find a better article for this one. But all in all, let's see. Trying to find it here. She's one of the first people that looks like is going to lose a gold medal, not because of doping or anything or some type of cheating. Okay. There was one particular photo that I had that I can't seem to find now. Is it this one? Nope, it's not this one. Well, we're not going to bring that up. Harriet said, if I was her, I'd fight. If I was her, I'd fight it. I've heard that the U.S. has filed for her. And we got Ryan in the building and said, hello there, everyone. So I thought I was educated on this just prior to going live, but I cannot find. There was one really good source that broke down what had occurred and why the U.S. is fighting for her to keep her medal. But she's been ordered to turn it in. She's been ordered to turn it in, but I'm looking for the source and I can't find it. So we're just going to end there. All right. See if we have any comments and go from there. So Harriet said she won't lose her gold, just the bronze. If I said bronze, my bad. We got 172 people watching. If I said gold, I meant my bad. I appreciate everybody that tuned in. Now, that was my last segment. That's all I've got. David Cunningham, you now have a few minutes to write our closing remarks. So I have one other thing to show here, and then we're going to get out of here for this evening. Recall I told y'all that last week was my 40th birthday. Well, here's my daughter and one of her friends and my lady singing me happy birthday. Take a look.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear King. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Did not mean to play that again. So yeah, last week was my 40th birthday. It is why the Sports Bar did not have a show last Sunday. Keep tuning in. I have a guest that is going to come up. This guest it's going to be different. It's going to be my first interview. I'm really not sure how it's going to go, but he has agreed to come up and talk with us. He was in the running for Heisman several years back, had a chance to compete in the NFL, but due to lifing, his NFL dreams were shattered. He is in the University of Maryland's Sports Hall of Fame, written a couple of books about different things, and we're going to have him here on the Sports Bar. I originally gave him a date, but I might have to move that date because the last Sunday of the month, we're going to have trivia. Okay. Everyone that's watching can participate in this trivia. It would help if you had a second device, but you are going to want to compete in this because I am going to be giving away to the winner an authenticated signed Drew Bledsoe jersey to whoever wins. So if you know somebody that's a Bills fan, or if you know somebody that's a Drew Bledsoe, because it's the Drew Bledsoe Bills jersey, not a Patriots one, you want to be tuning in at the last Sunday here at the Sports Bar in August, because the winner of that trivia is going to win an authenticated signed Drew Bledsoe jersey. So don't say that the Sports Bar have not done nothing for nobody, because I'm giving that away myself. Ryan said, sign me up. Hey, all you got to do is tune in. Tune in to that show. It is going to be Sunday, August the 25th. So that's 2 Sundays from now. That is when we are going to have Sports Bar trivia, giving away a signed Drew Bledsoe jersey. Here, I'm going to post it up on the thing. Boom. The way that you join and play is real easy. You can do it from a phone or a tablet. The questions aren't going to be your run-of-the-mill questions. It's going to be some deep cuts, all right? I think I'm going to be the one that's creating the questions too, because I can't participate because I'm giving away my jersey. All right. So let's see. My golden 50 was yesterday. Hey, Susan, happy birthday to you as well. I wish I had a happy birthday thing that exploded up on the screen or whatever, but happy birthday to you. 50 is a great number. I just made it to 40, and I'm doing things in life so that I can try and see 50 as well. So happy birthday to you. Michelle said that she didn't sing. My bad. I thought that you were singing. Susan said, hey, you're a Leo too. That's what, hey, Leos rule the world. Let me see if I can show this tattoo. I got a tattoo of a lion right there. Just cuz. All right. And let's see. I think I saw David Cunningham's show. So we always like to close out the sports bar here with a message from David Cunningham. Ryan said, "Don't leave." Hey, Ryan, that's the end of the show. Today's show is going to be a little bit shorter than usual. My co-host wasn't here as well, as he's just coming back from the Paris Olympics. That might not be true, but that's what I'm going to say here. But David Cunningham closes out our show, and he closes it out with these words. Great show today, King. Sports fans, thank you for tuning in to the Sports Bar. Have a great week. David, I always appreciate you closing out our show on some positive words. And to everybody else that commented, I saw some new names. I appreciate y'all tuning in to the Sunday show as well. Be sure to return tomorrow to WTF Nation Radio and U.S Army W.T.F moments for Ice, the main man here at WTF Nation Radio. I call him boss. He's our station manager. He will be live tomorrow for the Monday edition here at WTF Nation Radio. Susan said, I'm testing this, LOL. I don't know. Is that the Capricorn sign? It looks like a sperm sign to me. And on that note, I'm out. Peace.